Is this what you picture when you hear Detroit's 8 Mile? Abandoned buildings, destroyed parking lots, overgrowth? Well, some of 8 Mile definitely looks like this. We actually did a house last year down the street. If you look at these houses here, it's definitely not a block I would advise, but the fact is, a lot of the blocks look a whole lot different than this. A lot of 8 Mile looks like this. You can see a lot of these homes are kept up pretty well. The yards are kept up. This is a block I would advise investing on. We're on 5 points in 8 Mile right now. It's a pretty good street overall, and this really goes to show you the stark contrast you have of 8 Mile. 8 Mile is a very long road. There's a lot of difference between this side of 8 Mile and this side of 8 Mile. Today we're going to show you guys a lot of those differences. You'll probably be surprised by what you end up seeing. When you think Detroit, you think Eminem. When you think Eminem, you think 8 Mile. When you think 8 Mile, you think about the trailer park he grew up in. That's 8 Mile. This is the trailer park he grew up in. As you see, it doesn't look very good. All these utility poles and all these concrete pads here, that's where trailers used to be. They're gone now. What does that tell you? So when a lot of people think about 8 Mile, they think about how dangerous it is. Oh, it's the hood, da 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 da. If you look around you, it's not that bad of an area. I mean, we're out here in the middle of the day. There's people walking behind us shopping, going to restaurants. I mean, there's a ton of stuff happening right here. I wouldn't be here at 2 in the morning, but during the day, you don't really have any problems. So behind me sits the Bishop Mansion. It's literally a half mile off of 8 Mile in Detroit. It's for sale currently at $7 million. It's 68 rooms. It's just over 31,000 square feet. And if you look at the architecture behind me, I mean, this is the most gorgeous brick, stone, limestone, wrought iron. This is a true Detroit mansion here. So when you hear about 8 Mile and you think about 8 Mile, a lot of the area videos and whatnot portrayed as a negative place. I mean, this is probably more expensive than most homes in anybody's hometown watching this. This is currently a $7 million sale. It might not sell for $7 million, but if it sells for $4 or $5 million, where else can you get a $4 or $5 million, 31,000 square foot, 68 room property that looks this gorgeous? It's not new, obviously, but look at the quality of this place. So when you think 8 Mile, something like this might change your perspective. I mean, this garage behind us here is probably as big as most people's houses. Off the top of my head, this is probably a 1,500, 2,000 square foot garage when you consider it's got 2 stories. So that's a 2,000 square foot garage. Again, we're only a half mile away from 8 Mile. We literally turn off 8 Mile, turn in the driveway. How long have you lived in the area?
Almost 20 years.
Wow, 20 years?
Yeah.
So a lot of people have this idea that 8 Mile's super rough, not friendly. Like,
No.
what's your perception on that?
No, we've never had issues.
So over 20 years and no real issues
It's quiet
here.
around here pretty much for the most part.
So you tell somebody, buy a house here, great place to live,
Oh, definitely.
and much more affordable than a lot of the suburbs.
Definitely.
Is anything you want to tell them about 8 Mile?
The neighbors are all friendly. They all look out for each other. I find it a great place to live.
Just like a good close community of neighbors?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
It's not like I know everybody's names or anything, but everybody says hi. We look out for each other.
Well, and I was going to say, we can attest to that because we just rolled up and said, can we ask you some questions? And they're like, yeah, why not? We appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks again. I mean, it's not like we're driving through Royal Oak or something. We're driving through Detroit, and this is Detroit. This is real 8 Mile. It's not as bad as people think. Like I said, I wouldn't be out here walking at 2 in the morning, but 8 Mile is a pretty like hopping place. I mean, there's business, restaurants, shopping, car dealers, banks. There's everything out here.
Like, it would look cool to walk down this wall and then speed it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hi, my name's Scott. I'm the owner of Mid-8 Sandwich Shop at Middle Belt and 8 Mile Road.
There's a lot of preconceived notion about 8 Mile. What's kind of, I guess, your experience as a business owner of, you know, a local business on 8 Mile?
People travel up and down 8 Mile to come here. They enjoy a mom and pops, and they really support that attitude. It's not what the media portrays sometimes in the movies with the scary 8 Mile. I mean, we have a picnic table out in front of the store, and people sit there and eat lunch. Oh, it's a welcoming family environment.
It's the same as the rest of 8 Mile that we've been to. Everybody's pretty happy about it. Nobody really has any crazy horror stories.
No, it's about honesty, and we really have a bond here in Detroit. We're hardworking people. We enjoy big sandwiches.
Yeah.
We kind of just go about our business and respect everybody.
Don't start none, won't be none. It's kind of the way it goes around here.
Let's not forget all the great Detroit products, Fago and Better Made, Dearborn Brand and Grovel's corned beef and Topper's pickles, all local here to Detroit and great quality foods.
Yeah, so, you know, Detroit companies, it's just, there's so much in the city and you just can't replace it in other places. This is a street directly off of 8 Mile. If you look at these homes, these are gorgeous. It's got a 3-car garage, brick, limestone, big circular driveway. As you can tell from the house behind me, these are nice houses. This isn't just investment properties and things. These are people's primary residences. You got brand new Cadillacs in the driveway, nice new house over there. There is no reason an accountant or anybody really making decent money couldn't move here. Boom, right there, 8 Mile. This is not in Detroit, but again, 8 Mile is a very long road. All right, so we're heading out of Detroit now. Our office is actually on the border of Detroit and Farmington Hills. You've lived in Detroit most of your life. What do you got to say about 8 Mile in this area in general?
I think it gets a bad rep, but I think 8 Mile is amazing. You have everything from rich people to crackheads to, you know, just plain ordinary people. It's not always drive-by shootings and always somebody getting mugged. There are beautiful parts of 8 Mile that nobody ever gets to see. Even old 8 Mile is just a beautiful strip of street that has so many businesses, and you just see a variety of different people.
I think that's a big part of it too, is there are a lot of different people, and pretty soon you'll see some stuff you wouldn't expect down 8 Mile.
And it's cheaper gas prices on 8 Mile.
That's true. I pay a lot more for gas than you do.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with 8 Mile. It's a beautiful place. You hit some spots, but that's anywhere you go. During the day, even dusk, it's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful strip of street, so you can't beat it.
Off tune just pops off like a fizzed up champers.
So the most shocking part about all of this to me is that the house they're building behind me, that's easily $1 million build. Now, if you look around, every house in this subdivision is exactly the same. These are big, nice, new $1 million homes. If you look behind me, you've got 8 Mile Road. So this whole subdivision, and this isn't the only house or the only subdivision, this whole subdivision is right off of 8 Mile Road, and these are all $1 million homes. So, we're at the very end of 8 Mile here. I don't know if you can tell, but it's actually pretty late in the afternoon now. That's because it took us all day to film 8 Mile. We started in Detroit. We're about an hour outside of Detroit now, and we're a good 20 miles out by the outer edge of Metro Detroit. So, again, when you look at this, lake behind me, nice houses behind me, you don't think this is 8 Mile. But the whole point of this video was to show you that the image you have of 8 Mile might not be true. Now, granted, this is not Detroit's 8 Mile, but 8 Mile is a very long road, and it comes through Detroit, and it goes out to some more rural areas like this too. Originally, we stopped at the official end of the street, which is down on that corner of the lake, but when we stopped, the owner of the property came out and said that we were weird and that we shouldn't be on his private property, and so we came to the lake to film the ending because the ending's really right there. It's a beefy piece.